Savage Boxer Body Day 6, active recovery. I hope you're having a great day. As usual, let's get straight into it. Now, for today, we're going to do some active recovery, a little lighter day. I know yesterday was a light day, but for those 30 minutes, if you were really pushing it, moving and grooving, yeah, it was going to be hard. So for today, it's going to be almost similar, the same thing. What we're going to start off with is 300 crunches. Now, when it comes to active recovery, I like to get a lot of blood to my abs. I don't know where I kind of figured this out, but when it comes to active recovery, you kind of want to pump up the abs. The abs are the center. That's why it's called the core. And it's the section where everything gets transferred from the legs to the arms, from the arms to the legs, like the core kind of holds the upper and the lower body together. And if that thing is kind of weak, your ability to transfer power from the ground to your hands or from your hands to the ground, it's gonna be misaligned and you're gonna have some weird inconsistencies in your punching and, basically and everything that you do. Now, I don't really do too much crazy like specific ab exercises. When I do crunches, what I like to do is I like to keep the tension on them and just crunch, crunch, crunch. I make sure my chin is kind of pointed towards the sky and once I feel that burn, I just keep crunching, crunch. That's why I don't have to do like any sit-ups or like crazy like bicycle kicks, whatever. I just do crunches. Now, as I said, core strength, but I really like to just do crunches to get them solid. Crunches like this gave me the best return on investment, ROI. Like, I don't have to do anything crazy, and the benefits I get from it, what I'm really trying to do is just get my abs to be solid so I can absorb some hits. The crunches really, really help to give me that. And when I do crunches like this, it hardens my midsection. When my midsection gets hardened, and I get blood to that area, it somewhat helps with recovery. Like, once it starts burning right there, so the last 100, I keep my feet up to kind of hit those lower abs. But once it starts tingling, it's weird. Like, my abs start burning. And the harder I push it and I keep that burn there, everything in my body starts tingling. Like, my neck, my jaw, just from, like, trying to hold the crunches like that. And then, like, I feel this tingly feeling down into my legs. Even when my legs are down, it's not like my legs are going numb, but my entire body gets this weird tingling feeling. And when I get that feeling, like, it kind of feels like the blood is just rushing all throughout my body, and it's helping to like alleviate whatever lactic acid I had in there. So 300 crunches to warm up, get the mat, move it out the way, then 30 minutes of a free flow shadowboxing. Again, moving and grooving. When it comes to active recovery, I advocate just moving. This is an early morning for me. It just rained, so it's kind of cool. I don't got no music. I'm just being with me, the morning mist, the cool air, and just grooving with it. Now I will take some time to address some things. A lot of you ask me, what are my thoughts about burpees? Because throughout all of my videos, for whoever jumped on, since I was doing the shadow boxing workouts, you guys haven't seen me do one burpee. And of course, burpees are like the craze right now. What are my thoughts on it? Now, if you go back in my videos, you kind of go back a couple of years. I wouldn't say a couple of years, but you'll see, like, I used to do a lot of burpees, actually. There's a video where I'm doing 106 count burpees. I did it in less than like 6 minutes, kind of just flowing with it. When it comes to burpees, okay, I have no ill feelings against it. Some guys kind of make it feel like I'm against burpees, I'm anti-burpees. For me, if you've been to my channel for a while, you got to understand I'm all about movement and circulation, but I'm also about being able to find movements and exercises that help you to express you. So for some guys, burpees are really great for them to express the spirit that they have with them. And like I said, I used to do like a lot. One of the hardest workouts I ever did was 1,000 burpees, just cranking it all. The second hardest, one of actually the hardest workouts with an S that I did involved some kind of sled drags. Like just dragging a sled, pushing a sled, that will make you throw up. Beyond just like grappling and stuff, that's crazy. So when it comes to burpees, dude, if you want to do burpees, you can do them. In the end, just find movements that will align with your goal of becoming your best, and also realizing that these exercises are going to allow you to express your authentic self. And if burpees do that for you, go right ahead and do them. The next point is that a lot of you ask, how come I don't put any tutorials about boxing, basic boxing, this and that? In the end, the reason why I don't do this is because my boxing philosophies, and even just the way I shadow box, my boxing totally changed when I got with an MMA gym. Now, throughout my time, when I was a kid, my dad brought me up. My dad, his brothers, my grandpa, they were all boxers. My grandpa boxed on TV. He was coming up pro back in the day, back in Hawaii. But I've been around boxers my entire life, especially as a youngster. Then when I got with the MMA gym that I fought for at about age 20, with just straight hands. I used to grapple with friends, and I would do WWE moves, Ken Shamrock's ankle lock. I've never really watched the UFC. I've never really grappled, and we would just WWE type of wrestling, body slams, power bombs, Undertaker's tombstone, that kind of stuff. So when I got with the mixed martial arts team that I fought with, the first day I remember we were sparring. And a lot of the guys, they saw that I had good hands. So the first round was boxing sparring. A good portion of the training that night was boxing sparring. We did kickboxing sparring after. But I didn't throw any kicks. I just threw my hands and I was doing really well. Then we got into the MMA portion of sparring. And once these guys caught on to me not knowing any wrestling, I was dead meat, man. I basically would fall over because of that. Because these high school wrestlers, they were state champs, dude. The team I was with, there was a lot of high school champs, state wrestlers, and especially in the 115, 120 class. When you grow up after high school, you're going to be at least 130 pounds. So these guys were fast, extremely good takedowns. And because of that, because my weakness was wrestling, and I would always get taken down because I didn't know any takedown defenses, dude, I got taken advantage of. So my boxing evolved into something totally different. My footwork, I learned from a wrestler. I can switch foot. A lot of people say my feet are too close, and that's because I got to be able to take you down while I'm shuffling you out with an 8-punch combo. But that's why I don't really teach too much tutorials, because my boxing dramatically changed once I fought MMA. It's a whole different ball game, man. You would have to really experience it. Be in front of a crowd in a cage and feel that difference. The difference between just having a standing boxing stance and not getting taken down than being in front of a wrestler and that guy just trying to bully you the whole 5 minutes. Yeah, your boxing's really going to change. There are some basics that you will keep, but just the footwork, the way you hold your composure, just trying to get ready for taking down or defending a takedown, your boxing will dramatically change. And that's why I don't really teach too much tutorials, because my philosophy for boxing has really changed. It's not for boxing, it's for me and how I adapted to my life experiences, getting into the cage. Then tussling with some guys who knew MMA, dude, MMA, and just taking down and ground game. It really opened up my mind and my awareness to different things. So that's why I don't really teach too much boxing tutorials. Now, after the 30 minutes, you're going to do another 300 crunches. As you can see, while I was talking, I was doing a bunch of different reps. Leg here, leg up that way, 50 reps one side, 50 reps the other side. Doesn't really matter. Oh, right here, I'm doing 50 twists. By now, everything is that tingling feeling, and just doing this twist, it's burning. And like I said, when you get all that blood to the center, to the core, I feel, okay, this is just chest science, that all the blood coming into the center, it really helps to push out the nutrients, whatever you've been eating, and it just shuffles around in there, and that tingly feeling just helps to alleviate everything in your body. And that Savage Boxer Body Day 6, just always remember, train hard and be kind.